Have you ever wondered what the far, far future holds for our planet? Not just 1,000 years from now, or even 1,000,000. Let's push the boundaries of imagination and travel 5 billion years into the future. What would you see? Would humanity still be around? Would Earth even exist? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on an epic journey through time. Before we jump into our time machine, let's set the scene. Today, our sun is a middle-aged star, comfortably in its main sequence phase. It's been burning hydrogen into helium for about 4.5 billion years, providing the stable energy that allowed life to flourish on Earth. Our planet is a vibrant blue marble, teeming with oceans, continents, and a rich diversity of life. Cities hum with activity, forests breathe life into the atmosphere, and we, humanity, are just beginning to reach for the stars. It's a beautiful, dynamic world, but all things, even stars and planets, have a life cycle. So, what happens when we fast forward to the sun's golden years? Let's press the button. Our time machine whirs to life, and the world outside blurs. Days, years, centuries, millennia flash by in an instant. Civilizations rise and fall. Ice ages come and go. Continents drift and reshape themselves. The familiar constellations in the night sky warp and change as stars move through the galaxy. We speed past the 1 billion year mark. By now, the sun's luminosity has increased by about 10%. Earth's oceans, the cradle of life, begin to boil away. The planet's surface temperature skyrockets, making it completely uninhabitable for life as we know it. All the water that once made our world a blue oasis is now just steam in a thick, suffocating atmosphere. The beautiful world we left behind is now a barren, scorching desert. Hotter than Venus, any life that hadn't escaped or adapted would have been extinguished long ago. It's a sobering sight, a reminder of the delicate balance that makes our existence possible. But our journey isn't over. We keep pushing forward through millions and billions of years. As we approach the 5 billion year mark, the real celestial drama begins. Our sun is running out of hydrogen fuel in its core. Its core contracts and heats up, causing its outer layers to expand dramatically. The sun is transforming into a red giant. Looking out the window of our time machine, the sun is a terrifying and magnificent sight. It's no longer the familiar yellow disk in the sky. It's a colossal, fiery red orb that fills a huge portion of the view. It has swelled to over 100 times its original size. Mercury and Venus, the inner planets, have already been swallowed by its expanding atmosphere. Now, the sun's fiery edge is perilously close to Earth's orbit. What about Earth itself? There are a couple of possibilities. One is that, as the sun expands, it also loses mass, which could weaken its gravitational pull. This might allow Earth to drift into a wider, safer orbit, just escaping being consumed. But even if it escapes being swallowed whole, it won't be a pleasant place. The surface of our planet would be a molten sea of lava, its rock vaporized by the intense heat from the bloated sun. The very ground we once stood on would be a glowing, bubbling inferno. All traces of our past, our cities, our mountains, our history, all gone, melted into a featureless ball of magma. The other, more likely scenario is less fortunate. The sun's outer layers would create a drag on Earth, slowing its orbit and causing it to spiral inward. In this case, our journey would end with a fiery plunge into the sun itself. Earth, our home for billions of years, would be vaporized. Its atoms scattered within the stellar furnace that once gave it life. A dramatic end for a remarkable planet. Let's assume for a moment that Earth somehow survives, perhaps by being pushed into a wider orbit. What happens next? The red giant phase doesn't last forever. After a few million years, the sun will have exhausted its helium fuel. It will shed its outer layers, creating a beautiful, glowing cloud of gas and dust known as a planetary nebula. This colorful, cosmic cloud, the sun's final breath, will expand out into space for thousands of years. And at the center of this nebula, all that will remain of our magnificent star is a tiny, incredibly dense core called a white dwarf. This Earth-sized remnant will be all that's left of the sun. It will be fiercely hot at first, but with no fuel left to burn, it will simply cool down over trillions of years, eventually becoming a cold, dark, black dwarf. If Earth is still around, it would be a frozen, charred rock orbiting this faint, dying ember. The sky would be dark, the warmth of the sun a distant memory. The planet would be bathed in the faint, ghostly light of the surrounding planetary nebula for a while, and then plunged into near total darkness, drifting silently through the cold expanse of space. What about humanity? Surely, we wouldn't just sit around and wait for the end. 5 billion years is an incomprehensibly long time. If our species survives its own challenges, it's almost certain we would have become a spacefaring civilization long before the sun becomes a threat. We would have likely left Earth and even the solar system, seeking out new homes around younger, more stable stars. Perhaps our descendants, in forms we might not even recognize, would be thriving in a distant corner of the Milky Way. They might look back at their ancestral solar system through powerful telescopes, watching the final, beautiful death of the star that first nurtured their species. They might have records, digital archives of Earth in its prime, preserving the memory of the blue planet that was their cradle. So, traveling 5 billion years into the future reveals a universe of profound change. It shows us the life cycle of stars and planets, the impermanence of even the most seemingly permanent things. It's a journey that takes us from a vibrant, living world to a molten rock, and finally to a frozen, dark sphere. It's a humbling perspective, reminding us that our time on this beautiful planet, under our life-giving sun, is precious and fleeting in the grand cosmic scheme. But it also offers a glimmer of hope, the idea that consciousness, that humanity, might just be resourceful enough to outlive its star and continue its journey among the cosmos. Thank you for joining me on this incredible voyage through time. What do you think humanity's future will look like? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.